Hi everyone, Yacca here. As you can see, what is sneaking into the frame a little bit is my win rate percentage on my climb to legend. I already hit legend on day 2 of the new season. And 77%, as you can see, that's pretty nuts. And I'm gonna go through the deck, and if you clicked on the video, you probably know it's gonna be Thief Rogue, and it is just crazy how good this deck is. I do expect some balance changes coming up. I don't know how or what. Nothing has been announced to my knowledge, at least. So if you want to play this deck, I think it is now before some balancing is coming up. But before we get into the mulligan, a quick notification. If you want to help me grow the channel and you like what you see, do hit that thumbs up. Do subscribe. If you have a comment, let me know and I will answer it as soon as I can. Well, talking about the deck, the synergy here really revolves around you being another class, meaning that you are Maestra of the Masquerade. This is a card you need for this to work. It's not important to have in the mulligan. It's not really an important card at all. And it needs to be said there's a certain amount of box around the Thief Rogue build. I'll try and cover as many of them as I can towards the last part of the mulligan strategy. About the mulligan strategy, it's actually not that complex, but you really need to strategize when you play as a Thief Rogue. Sometimes you want to use your hero power. Warlock is immensely good because it allows you to draw some cards and discount certain cards that is in your deck. So in the mulligan, what you want to have is you want your Wild Paw Null, you want your Double Agent, and you want your Blackwater Cutlass. Those are the 3 highest mulligan kept win rate cards. So those are really the ones that you want to get. There's something specific around certain matchups. I'll just mention them right away. There's 2 matchups where you want to keep Shadowcrafter Scabs, and that is against Paladin and against Warlock, because they will introduce some really heavy minions onto the board and just resetting your boarding, pushing everything back. And for Paladin, those buffs that is put on the minions, they're completely removed. So those 2 matchups specifically, Scabs is not bad in any matchup, and it also is an instant win against certain priest builds. But if you're facing a priest on ladder right now, expect it to be Thief Rogue instead of a priest. Just saying. But Scabs is also good there. And how the deck works is that you will be recognized as another class as you're playing Maestra. And each and every card you draw actually discounts the null, because you add a card to your hand from another class, and the other class is Rogue, because you might be playing as a Demon Hunter, and you draw a Rogue card, which discounts the null. And you're not even revealing yourself. For instance, that's why Blackwater Cutlass is good. So if you trade the card, people can see you're a Rogue, but the portrait, the class identity does not change. And you will then draw another Rogue card, because there's no neutral cards in here at all. Again, discounting the null. And when you get to turn 3, and you have a Double Agent in your hand, you're still recognized as, even that it's the card on its own, it's a Rogue card, but you might be a Demon Hunter, like I mentioned before. So this meaning that you're holding a card from another class, then for instance Demon Hunter, because you have Rogue cards, you play it and then it splits and you make a copy of it. Essentially making a turn 2, if you're on the coin, 2 3/3s on turn 2, or on turn 3 having this. This is a massive tempo swing, and this is how you need to play the deck. It's a tempo deck. You need to play not fast plays, but you need to play for tempo to be on the board and punch through on the board. You do have some charge possibilities towards the end with Mr. Smite. You can't do an OTK or anything, so you win through massive presence on the board, drawing a lot of cards, making sure you have the board presence needed, and then towards the end you close it out. You also have some good generation tools in here, which might get you some edge, so you need to figure out what the cards does with Swashbuckler, Warrant Thief, Reconnaissance. All these cards might give you even more edges over the course of the game. So I think it's really fun to play, and it has a massive win rate. Just before we head into the gameplay section, I just want to mention a few of the bugs that I've seen. Essentially, it's not a really, I guess it's not a bug, but what I see is that on a Wild Pawn Knoll, if I have that in my hand and a Secret Passage, I usually keep it, and then a Secret Passage on 1, because that will add 4 cards to your hand. Essentially, with the first draw, this should be 0 then, because you get the draw, and then you add 4 cards, and then you're revealed, so it should cost 0. But if you're not on the coin, for whatever reason, this Knoll still costs 1, when you get all the stuff back from your Secret Passage. But if you're on the coin and you do that on the very first turn, it costs 0. I don't know why there's a difference. There might be something I'm missing out completely, but that's kind of one of the bugs that I know of. What I experienced at some point was that I read the card saying, well, if you add something to your hand, well, smart enough, I thought it through. I had a Demon Hunter card on the, that was generated through Reconnaissance, and then I shadow stepped it to my hand, saying that now I add a card from another class to my hand. I was already a rogue at that point, but the Knoll increased in cost from 2 to 3. So that was really weird, so be careful when you want to do that kind of approach. And as you can see, I'm not playing with the basic rogue portrait. I think there's been a report in the community saying if you play with the basic rogue, I tried to play against one that did not have another rogue portrait, and they were actually rogue from the get-go, even though they played a Maestra deck. They were still basic rogue. So be careful around that. I haven't ever tried it myself, so choose another portrait than basic rogue. Just saying, because then I don't think he got any of the synergies out of the usual stuff you get with Maestra. I think that is enough said. I might do another one on this if it's not nerfed into oblivion. I don't know, but if you want to climb ranks, this is the best deck. I also want to emphasize, I read a Meta Reaver report from Vicious Syndicate. This also puts Thief Rogue at the very, very top. This is the best deck at the moment with regards to power level and meta and where it fits in the meta. It's now, guys. If you want to do something with it, do it now. And this list, 77% win rate, it's really good. Let's have a look at some games so you can see how I pilot the deck towards Legend. Well, if that's a priest, well, it's probably not a priest. I'm thinking it is a rogue like me. Those two are pretty nice. Double agent, there we go. I could choose to prep Reconnaissance. I think that might be worth it. I'm ready for the next turn. There we go. Let's just go for the damage. Let's see if I'm right. There should be coin double agent here. Oh, I might be wrong. Guys. It is a priest. Go Go figure. Well, then I can use this kind of as silence. Let's just prep swindle, see what we get. Shadow stay with this guy. This should be fine to do.
You can't always trust what you see.
No. I don't think there's AoE that's strong enough to clear the board. Famous last words. Okay, let's see. We do get another one. So this is Miracle Priest. And this one is pretty good. Just really would like Shadow Step. But if it's Miracle Priest, then he's actually quite unfavored against scabs, so I can't just use him. Where's the Shadow Step? See, let's do this, see what we get. What we can't do. And we're just gonna drop this one. Alright. Might get me there with a smite. We'll see. I am quite convinced that it's Miracle Priest. We'll see. Cirilla. It's not Cirilla. Still, I don't think it's a concern just yet. Really would like him to get his board filled up. Yeah, let's do this. We'll just put some damage out there. See if we get there. So if he's just gonna use the mount, there we go. Likely this is gonna be it. So he's gonna completely fill up the board with a bunch of nonsense, and then we just shadow cast the scabs. And likely he's gonna concede. Depends. Right now I still have lethal, but dude, that's a lot of damage. But we still have lethal.
We'll take what we're owed. Double cross, double cross.
less priest. Okay, double agent's good. Then I really would like tradable cards. And I'm on the coin. Secret passage is not gonna do it for me. Oh, then it might be actually okay. It is okay. With the null it is. Okay, let's secret passage. See what we get. Preparation. Wicked stab. Do we want to spend it right away? Sure. I kind of want to use it to get rid of his minions. But we're not going to be able to. Well then, Wild Paw, no. One Thief will set up the double agent. So let's do this. See what we get. Kitty cat. Let's go for the fireball. I don't need devolving here.
Smell you.
Just get the cat out. And we're back. Ooh. And we are getting another null here. This is quite amazing. This is just crazy. Just have a look at this. This is turn 3. Oh man. Hardly fair, right? It's gonna clear that one. You can just double hit, push 7. I guess we secret passage, see where we end up. Swindle's pretty good. 1. Could even do that again. Oh, look at this. We're gonna do. Now we can do this. Setting that one up, and then we trade it. This is crazy. So we answer his board. We have a fireball in hand as well. Oh man. That is a good response. But I think I'll just do another setup turn, right? also just... There's a good chance that I'll grow it. Let's do this. But I guess I can use it on myself. Use my life total that way. And then that's actually fine. And if it does not clear it, but then again, it has a good stat total. I don't really see how you do that. How far along is he? Completed the first step. Defies Cannoneer. And then if he gets insanely lucky, and then he needs to hit both of them. Okay. We'll see, he is getting lucky now. So let's do this first, see what we get. Undying Disciple. If he hits it, then it sets up lethal.
I'm undead, not dead.
Still need to just find 3 more damage and then we're there. If he hits it, then he, which he probably will. That should guarantee it, because now he can't I can't heal. And we're done.